Welcome back to TCU Talks. We're super excited to have you here. As always, I think I say that every single time we start these.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Still true.
We just want to remind you guys that we do have a podcast for all these episodes, so you can take them wherever you want to go. You can get them on Spotify.
Apple Podcast?
Yeah. And Google, which is now YouTube Music something. We'll see what it is now anymore. They're changing things up on us. But we're on YouTube as well. And if you're watching us there, fantastic. We're so happy to have you. Okay? Today we're talking about something interesting, especially coming out of 2020. This is something that we've chatted about a few times, just me and you. But we thought we'd bring it to discussion today. A little bit more casual. We'll share some things that we've noticed or that we think are tips along the way. But if you've read the title, you'll know.
We're going to be talking about surviving a recession. Or, I suppose in this case, also a pandemic?
Yes, that would also be equivalent. So, we're going to talk about kind of business. We're going to talk about life in general. But any of these things will apply to a bunch of different areas. Mm-hmm. It's more about a state of being, but also some tangible tips that you can use to make sure you last all the way through.
Yeah, I know 2020 was, for many people, it was a really, really hard year. And obviously we really feel for those who got sick or lost their job mm-hmm. or had to make drastic changes. We do feel for those who've had struggles. Mm-hmm. We're obviously not ignorant to that. But I think in any challenging situation, it's important to see, the opportunity and the bright side of things. Because I think that's what pulls people through a challenging time together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mindset I think is number one when it comes to when we noticed that there was some things happening in the world. You have a choice to choose. Is this the time where you're going to make shifts and adjust to make it an opportunity, or the opportunity to maybe connect with your family more or connect with your business more? And it's not like the end of the world, right? Because I think we can fall into either one of those. That's going to be your number one thing. You got to start off on the right foot, right? Be optimistic, be forward thinking, think, okay, we're going to get through this. What's it going to look like on the other side, right?
And I think the mentality around it, too, is just so important because that's what guards your mental health. Mm-hmm. For sure. But it also opens you up to seeing more things. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is seeing the opportunity, not the end, like you mentioned. And I think that's a really big thing. Obviously in business, seeing the opportunity that's available there, but also in your life. Like, if you get laid off and you have to change jobs, maybe that's an opportunity to go into a new path that you've always thought about.
Yeah.
Or go back to school, or take a new course.
Mm-hmm. I loved seeing people do that. They're like, I'm taking a cooking course, or I'm taking a finance course, because I'm at home anyway, right? It's better than just crushing seasons of Netflix, because don't get me wrong, we did that a little bit as well, right? We've crushed a few seasons, but we also took the opportunity to get better and just focus on, hey, this is the opportunity for us to just focus on ourselves and get through it together, right? And I think that leads us into the next kind of area I wanted to chat about a little bit was don't be afraid to shift and adapt in this time, okay? When we're going through tough times, it's okay to shift from your business plan, okay? Mm-hmm. If you're stuck to the business plan or you're stuck to this is how we do it, you might get left behind.
I think the biggest thing is it's okay to say this isn't working anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think that during these tough times, those who said, this isn't working anymore, what else can we do? I think those are the companies and the businesses that really thrived in these crazy times because they saw that opportunity to do something different. I mean, we hear of all these companies who big companies who stopped production of one thing to start making hand sanitizer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those beer
right?
companies, I think it was, or something.
Yeah, so many companies made that switch, and just there's like, great, we have to shift. We got to do something else. We got to find another way to make money. I think technology. I think we've realized 2020 that technology is such a huge shift a lot of people needed to do.
Yeah.
I know, like, even like your parents learning to use Zoom a little bit more to do things like Thanksgiving dinners and family birthday parties, and making those shifts.
So and it's funny how the first point and the second point really blend together, right? Because if you're like, no, I don't want to embrace technology, no, I don't want to Zoom call because I don't understand it, well, that's a choice, right? It is possible, right? And there is solutions to it. You just need to be open to doing that, right? I've seen, like, I love this, like, I also come from the hairdressing world. That's where I started my business experience. But I've seen stylists, right? They're getting on Instagram. They're filming tutorials about how to do your hair at home, right? Keeping the loyalty with their existing clients, or maybe somebody new, shift and go, hey, as soon as this is over, I'm going to see that person because I love the way they're doing that. Like, outside the box stuff, I just love that. I think it's so beneficial. Restaurants doing at-home cooking boxes, right? Like, there's just so many options out there for people. You just got to be open to it
and get creative about it.
Yeah. Next part that I think that's really important that I wanted to chat about was repurposing your spending. Okay. Personally and business wise. Okay. We'll talk about a little bit of our personal reshifting, as we had a physical office that we were renting essentially for our business, and we said, okay, well, we're not going there, we're not doing business, we're not meeting clients at our office. Where can we repurpose that spending that's going to be more effective to the new world we're living in, right?
And here you're seeing the new repurposed.
These brand new chairs. We got computers. We have a microphone. We got a camera. We got lights. A desk. Right. Lots of great things that we've been able to do, and repurpose that spending.
Absolutely, and I think it's other things too, like being conscious about just in general spending. Sure, we're not going to the movies or going out for dinner as much,
or traveling,
or traveling is a really big one, but maybe it's more of an opportunity to save money for maybe when things get tight, instead of repurposing that money to buy a new car.
Or you want to repurpose in the right area.
Or other maybe big purchases in a time where things are a little more uncertain.
Yeah.
That make sense?
I agree.
Yep.
Like if you're going to spend on something that's going to be effective, like we did some courses, online courses, that we were able to spend that money on as well, that we could use the opportunity to grow or get more knowledge for our clients so we could bring more value, right? Or other areas, like Lynda said, saving that money for maybe later on, and you can use that money to use it. Let's just take a moment on the investment side of things, right? The markets were down because of the recession or the pandemic. Well, this is a great time to put money that you had extra that you weren't spending on other things. And we're not saying if you have the extra, right? We're not saying if you're tight on budget, don't just do these things. But you could use the extra cash flow that you have and reinvest that into the market. So when things recover, your money has grown with that, right? And then you can use that money to do it. So repurposing the structure on where that money is going. Even like another example just coming to my head, I think that's valuable. Like, we own a hair salon. Well, nobody was in the hair salon, so why are we spending money on a hard line going to the salon when we could have it directed right to our phones and save a few dollars a month, right? And that's kind of where it was going anyway, right to our cell phones, because we're always with our phones. It was a great restructuring of where the money was going. Not a huge amount of savings, but over time, it'll make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Right? I think along with restructuring debt, or restructuring spending on the family side as well, right? Your kids maybe don't need the brand new clothes because you're not going to school, right? Maybe just a shirt, you don't need to do the pants kind of thing, right? Because they're on Zoom classes. Nobody knows if they're wearing Superman pajamas on the bottom, right?
They're kids.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You can make snacks at home now because they're home.
Yep.
Lots of options there. But in terms of how to start taking moves forward, what would you say is a big thing for that?
I think the biggest thing, I mean, obviously I think consistent action, moves forward every single day. I think it's an important time to talk about mental health and self-care.
Got it.
Just because during a recession is very hard on people, and I think it's important that your maintenance of self is important. And if we're going to be stuck at home, taking that step every single day to make sure that we're feeling okay and that the relationships we're around are really strong, and taking that time for ourselves to learn and grow and develop and move forward towards what's important is so important. Otherwise we get that feeling of like falling behind, and we don't want that. We have to be active about making those decisions for ourselves.
Yeah, self-analysis, right? Checking in on yourself first, because if you're not okay, how are you supposed to help anybody else?
Yep.
Right. I like how you touched on consistent action. I think that is a big part of coming out of this strong, is a lot of people are taking it as a vacation, or I'll wait until things get better to do something about it. But we've used the opportunity pretty well, I would say, even though it has been a little bit of a struggle, is, okay, what can I do every single day? One little thing, right? One little thing to push it forward, right? Is it an Instagram post to keep people engaged? Is it a phone call to a friend or a client? Is it, I don't know, designing a course, writing a book,
reading a book,
right? It doesn't have to be crazy. Maybe you found a workout plan you're going to do at home, or something, right? Something to do one step forward instead of just ending the day and going, I didn't do anything today. And if you did do that, it's okay, right? But just this is an awareness tactic that we've been using to make sure that we're on it.
Yeah, maintaining your energy, I believe that when you do something, even no matter how little, it could be making your bed that day, but one little thing every single day that keeps you, keeps that fire burning inside. I truly believe that's what's going to pull you through any tough time. Yeah,
and results compound. Right? Yeah. You think, oh, I just did this today. It's not a big deal. It's not really going to do anything to us or for us, but it's going to make a big difference, right? Especially when you're talking about maybe you have some competition in your industry or your business. That's going to make the difference between whether you're growing at the end or trying to get your engine started at the end, if you will, right? Another one big tip here that I want to bring up for our business people especially is you already have a loyal community of people who are coming to see you for a specific reason. Whether you're a restaurant, you have your loyal clients that show up all the time. Maybe you're a hairstylist, you have an amazing clientele that you've built over the years. For us, we work in the finance industry, right? Our clients are the number one people that we need to care about because they're already the people who've supported us and trusted us and cared about us, and those are the people that you need to make sure that are coming back by the end of it.
Absolutely. And speaking on the end of loyalty, is maintain that connection with your friends, your family, your client. The water bottle or water station conversations. Whatever they call those in the office with the people that you work with, those connections are also really, really strong as well. So I think it's about maintaining that community, going back to the people that are close to you, when you're not working from home, because those relationships are what's going to help you, build yourself and build your business and keep things moving forward.
Yeah, virtual game nights, right?
We've done a few of those.
Anything. I know it's not the same. I know it's not the best scenario. We just gotta do something, like I said, to feel like we're moving forward. So, guys, I want to end it here and just a quick kind of conversation about, how to move forward when you're feeling stuck. And if you feel like you're too late, or you feel like it's too late to do something, it's not. When's the best time to start? Right now, right? If you haven't started right now, start tomorrow, okay? Anything to get you going and moving in a positive direction, right?
Love it.
What should they do if they enjoyed this video or Spotify?
You should like it and share it.
And download it and all those other things that you should do. And subscribe if you love the content and you want to hear more about all these different things, whether it's business, lifestyle, relationships, how to get everything you want in your life. We're going to talk about it all. And you don't want to miss it. Okay? What can they do if they have someone special to them that's just the most amazing person they want to give back to them?
Most amazing person ever?
Mm-hmm.
I recommend that you nominate them for the TCU Foundation. Every single month, we'll be giving away $100 to a very special nominee. And this could be anyone in your life. It could be a family member, someone who's just stepped up in a really, really big way to help you or the community, or a complete stranger that you bump across who's just made you smile. So check the link below. You'll see the link to go and nominate them. Just make sure you let us know the impact that they made in your life, in the life of others, and then we'll be doing a draw at the end of the month for one lucky person.
Yeah, and if you're on Spotify, go find us on YouTube. You'll be able to find the link there as well so that you can nominate that special person in your life. They could be your spouse, your mom, somebody, don't matter. Okay? Thanks for joining us. I hope you got a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of fight back, a little bit of fire in your belly to go crush the next year in your business, in your life, in your relationship, whatever it's going to be. We just love you guys for joining us. Thanks again. We'll see you guys soon.
See ya.